that you arrested about 120 people who were trying to cross the borderline illegally. Those are the people who, I presume, do not necessarily subject themselves to this immigration process. They don't have passports, I presume. Now, when you arrest them, what happens to them?
Yeah, maybe let me also update that particular figure. 120, it was as yesterday around 6. Overnight, we've been able to add. Now, the latest figure in terms of the past 24 hours is 210 that we've been able to intercept on the vulnerable segments. What we then do is, once we arrest them, particularly as they come into the country, when we arrest them, we bring them into the port. Then we process them by taking their fingerprint. We then V-list them, meaning that we declare them undesirable and ban them from re-entering the country for the next 5 years. That is what we do. That's the first thing. But when we intercept what we call the facilitator or the goma per se, we don't just deport them, because we know once you deport them, they'll be back to business. So those ones, we then open a criminal case and we charge them for aiding and abetting, and we take them to Musina police station. And that happens even with other ports, whether it's a Libombo in terms of Komati port and the rest of the other ports. That is what we do.
Those that you deport to Zimbabwe or to whatever country they came from, would you agree that chances are possibly the same day you deported them or the next day they would attempt to come back and cross the river into South Africa again?
Yeah, you see, Mulugo, that is the unfortunate reality that we have to be dealing with. Yes, indeed. I mean, there are people that we would have intercepted, for example, in the morning activities around 9, and then around midday, we intercept the same person. And then we deport, and again in the afternoon around 5, we intercept the same person. That is the reality. But
hello everybody, welcome to the controversial podcast. My name is Ejo Mutemanwa. Thank you for joining me. Well, as you can see on the video above me, is that people are having tough time at the border. And when I say people, it's not only those who are coming in the country, but also the border authority are actually having tough time. You can hear from the officials themselves, they are telling you it's very, very tough. My question is, should they let everybody in, which is a very impossible task to do because people need to be identified for them to come in? Why would someone with no documents go back home and they wanna come back illegally? Technology is trying their best, arrestations are happening, but the biggest challenge is because they arrest people in the morning because they're at the border, and as soon as they deport them, a few hours later, the very same people go back again. It's very difficult for them. And remember in previous videos, I said even technology cannot stop people with intentions. And yes, you can see the technologies are trying, people have been banned, they should not come back to the country. But the challenge is, because they're at the border, everybody who is catch at the border, they can just give them a free ride to go to Pretoria so they can go to Lindela to be taken back. They have to be processed there if they are catched and be sent back to their country. And if their neighbors, it is the very same argument I had a long time ago, those neighbors, they can come back. And finally, even the leaders of the Border Management Authority are agreeing that that is a bigger challenge. Now, you tell me, what is the solution that you think can help in this situation? What more that the Border Management Authority are supposed to do? And I'm glad that those who are smuggling people, as soon as they are catched, they face the mighty of the law. But unfortunately, these crimes, they seem to be way organized, and it's very overwhelming even to the officials. But big up to the officials, they're trying their best, and hopefully they will get everything under control. But the population of South Africa should not in a second say that they are not trying. Maybe they were not trying back in time, but really you can see they're trying. But the system in which people have been crossing borders to come to South Africa illegally, it's been a syndicate that has been there for many years, and to crack it is not as easy as it sounds. So the population just need to be patient. I think that's what I can say. They need to be patient. It's gonna be a long battle, but hopefully it will be won on the side of the law. Yeah, for me, my question that I'm asking you today is what do you think, as a person who's watching me right now, that need to be done? Do you think the systems that have been put in place are working? When you hear the very same officials stating the challenges, do you really think the case of people jumping the borders to come to South Africa will ever stop? Yeah, those are the questions I'm asking in this morning, and hopefully you have the answers. If you have the answers, the comment section is there. You can share these conversation that we have, and hopefully we get all the answers possible.